Welcome back, eSIM Studio. So we did the Pixel Watch 4 unboxing initial impressions video yesterday. And today we have the Zagg screen protector for this Pixel Watch 4. Got it right here. I'm going to link this in the description of this video. They did not send it to me. I actually purchased this with my own money. But just be aware, it has a bad rating. And let's get into, we're going to throw it on here, but I want to preface this video by reading this review real quick, just in case you're interested in purchasing a screen protector for this watch. Now, Spigen has a screen protector for this. I've done some research. That is recommended for this watch. As you know, Google has a partnership with Spigen to provide cases. This one says it's made specifically for Pixel Watch, which is kind of bizarre. Now, the Spigen screen protector is sold out, and you cannot get it on Amazon. You can only get it on Spigen's website. So I was not able to get my hands on that, but I did get my hands on this one. So this person is saying too much work to protect. They would not recommend it. Instructions were horrible. Instructions were horrible. Did not apply easily. Base and lineup did not serve any purpose since step 1 and step 2 didn't stick. Once I finally got it on, bubbles all over the place and a permanent line across the center. So we will see how the instructions are. We will see if there are bubbles, and we will see if there is a line across the center. Again, I'm going to link this in the video description below. So if you're interested, we're about to find out, right? So let's see here. Now, real quick, I was recording with this Pixel yesterday. I wanted to do a color comparison. It's pretty close, right? The Moonstone color, it's pretty damn close. So if you have a Moonstone Pixel, we got the Moonstone watch colored as well, colored bands as well. So let's get in here and see what the deal is. So on the previous Pixel 3 screen protectors, the Zagg were they were easy to apply and did not have bubbles. I know what they're talking about, that line in the middle. So how this is done is, I think we're going to have to, it's one of those where you peel it back, push the applicator tool forward, peel this side up, push the applicator tool towards you, and then it leaves a little line here in the middle, and that's because the screen protector has two separate parts. One flips up, you swipe out. Another one flips up, you swipe out. But that line has been there ever since this was manufactured and produced. And it stays on the screen protector now. But that's only on the top of the screen protector. And I can tell you it does go away. You can barely see a little line across. And that's just because it has that separator on top of it. But it will go away. So my wife has used Pixel watches forever. And the last Zagg, again, for the Pixel 3, did have that line. But after using it a day or two, that line goes away. So let's go ahead and see here. Plant-based, okay. Self-healing, okay. Oh, you know what? That applicator tool that they were talking about, check this out. So how many were purchased? 200 in the last month. So here's this applicator tool they were talking about. Let's see. Okay. Is it on here? It's not on here. Oh, here we go. Right there. So that's what they're talking about. Now, I'm actually glad they put this in the installation kit, because in the previous ones, for the Pixel Watch, for the OG Pixel Watch, Pixel 2 and Pixel 3, there was no little base it sat in, and it was real wobbly, and I would hate to put it on hard surface because it would slide around. And then if you put it on a towel or a piece of fabric, the lint would get on the display. So actually this is good. I'm glad they put it on here. Now, I don't know, is this film or is this glass? Let's see. This is InvisibleShield self-healing. It doesn't say. So I don't know if this is glass. I don't know if this is film, but we're about to find out. So sorry for the long intro, but I just wanted to get the confusion out of the way, and or the possible bad review. And look, with a lot of these reviews, you never know. It could be somebody that's just not familiar with applying these. Could be very easy. So if it goes off anything that the previous ones were, this should be easy. So Let's see, open here. Okay, let's open it here. And this is where these, now, they only have, I think, just one. So, you know, like on some, I think, in some screen protectors, they have like, they come with like a 2 or 3 pack. So if you mess up, you can put on another one. Well, let's see here. That may be, so that's it in there, that's it in there. Interesting. So it looks like there is just one. So here's our little base. We'll have to take off the bands. Here's the installation kit. There's the tool. You get your microfiber cloth. And it looks like, what is this? You can register it. And your wipe and your sticker to get the lint off. Okay, we'll set that to the side. Now, I'm going to remind you, the best place to put on a screen protector, whether it's on your watch or a phone or tablet, whatever, even on a laptop, right? I'm pointing to a laptop. If you put glass on there, do it in your I'm not doing it in my bathroom because I'm recording this, but whenever I put on screen protectors and I don't record it for the YouTube channel, here, I know some of you have already heard this, but let me just repeat it real quick because this thing can save you an installation. Go to your bathroom, turn on the hot water in the shower, on your bath, what have you. Wait a few minutes. Let some steam build up in the bathroom. Close your doors. Let the steam build up. Once that steam has built up, you can turn your water off and you can proceed the installation in your bathroom or wherever your shower bath is. I guess it should always be in the bathroom, but that steam actually weighs down the lint, the dust particles in the air, because there's nothing worse, especially when you're in a regular room and or a bedroom where there might be a little more dust and or lint floating in the air, is right as you go to put the screen protector on, a piece of lint falls right in there and you put it on, and then you got a permanent bubble on your screen. So do it in your bathroom, turn on the steam, get it nice and steamy, turn it off once you got it nice and steamy, and then proceed with the installation in that bathroom. I can promise you it's going to save you a installation. So there's the screen. So let's go ahead and take these off. Now, interestingly enough, there was no directions, right? That's what that person was talking about on that Amazon review. Now, I don't need it because I can figure it out, and you can watch this video if you're interested in having installation. But does it say anything about? Because I can understand somebody saying, well, where's the instructions? How do you put this on? There are no instructions. Damn. All they have is QR codes and links for warranty and register, but there are no installation instructions. Interesting. Well, they slipped up on their end, because if I'm working for Zagg and I'm a product manager, there are no instructions, are there? Where are they? Interesting. Normally there's like a QR code or a little sheet like this that'll give you instructions, but does this open up? No, it doesn't, does it? Yeah, it does. There we go. Duh. Hello. Okay, so here's your instructions. You can take pause this and take a screenshot and or just pause it and look at it, but I think we're going to figure it out. I think I know how to do this. So we're going to take the bands off. We're going to clean the watch. We're going to put it in the base and or tray, and you're going to peel. You just follow the numbers, right? So the number 1, you peel off 1 through 4, it looks like. Peel that off, and so the watch goes in. You're going to peel number 1 off. You're going to place it on there. You're going to hold up number 2, wipe it out. Hold up number 3, wipe it out. You're going to press down, and then the 4th and final step is to peel off the top layer, finish, and enjoy. Okay. This is actually just like the previous one for the Pixel Watch 3, the Zagg screen protector, except this one has a base, so I think I know how to do it here. So we're going to take this band off. I got to remember that which way they go. Okay. So this one goes up top. Okay. All right, so now I already have it cleaned off, and I know they issue a cleaning tool. I'm going to go ahead and just give it a pre-wipe. Make sure there's no lint. Make sure there's no oil from the fingers. Nice and clean. And then I'll use their alcohol wipe just like they instructed. All right. Now, it goes like this. Does it say top or bottom? Let's see. Yep, top here. So the watch must go like this. Just like that. Can it rotate? No, it stayed in there. Okay. So let's see here. As you can tell, just like that. Now let's go ahead and clean this off. Use their provided alcohol wipe here. Hope you don't mess up, because they only give you one, which sucks. They should give you one. And by the way, this was, how much was this? This was like 20, it's expensive. $25. $25 for this. And they only give you one. That's more expensive than phone screen protectors, and there's less material. So I'm not sure why the upmark in price, quite honestly. It does not make sense to me. Why they would charge more for less, but I don't know. Who knows, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and clean this off. And we will use, uh-oh, I saw a smudge on there. Am I tripping? Okay. Let's use the stickers here. And go ahead and use the stickers. Look, even if you don't see any lint on there, go ahead and use everything that they give you. What the hell is going on here? There we go. Because it does help. There might be a minuscule, a nano lint and or fabric on here. As you can tell, it's sticking. But this gets it all off the little sticker and does not leave any residue. So, all right. And put that on there, move it to the side. Make sure there's no lint on my hands. All right, so let's pull this out. And it says, where is it labeled? So, geez Louise. That's 4. That's at the end. Number 1 is here. You can tell it's labeled. It's hard to tell. It's bent. That's labeled 1, as you can tell now. Instructions are peel off the number 1 tab and place it down. Now, you got to put see these holes in here? There's little holes on little tabs here on the applicator tool that you'll have to put in. So we'll pull the number 1 sticker, place it down, and then we'll lift up. Okay, so I'm going like this. I'm gonna pull the number 1 off of here. I hope I don't drop it. It needs to go this way, actually. All right, is it on there? Let's see. These 2 holes are in. This hole is in. Okay, so it's lined up. It's ready to go. So we got that on there, and it's time. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure before I start swiping up. So make sure it's on there, just like that. Now, is this labeled? Is there a label on there? 2 and 3. See, that's what the Amazon reviewer was saying. There's no tab that says 2 or 3. Now, it shows on this one that the side with the 2 tabs, you're going to pull that up and swipe it through. And then we'll pull the one with the single tab up, and that'll be number 3. So they did not label 2 or 3. That's what the person was concerned about. So we'll do this one first. There's number 1. It looks like that may be a piece of lint. No, I think it's air pocket. You kind of have to help it up because it'll get blocked on that tab as you pull it up and push it out. That gets swept away will get caught on these tabs, so you kind of have to help it up as you swipe away. So okay, press. Okay, and then you peel off the top layer. That's it, huh? What about the sides here? Look, the sides are all... I see it's too wide. So I get what they're saying. It's too big. It needs to be smaller in diameter because you have this wobbly overlay going around the circumference of the watch, of the outer side of the watch. So I see what they're saying on that review. And then there's that line they were talking about. Can y'all see it can y'all see that right there? That's what they're talking about. So yeah, well, let's see what the final product is, and shame on Zagg because that on the Zagg screen protector for the Pixel Watch 3, it was a very small screen protector, so it did not go out to the edges like this one does, and that's why, because when it goes out to the edges, that's why it looks like, what do they call it, the bacon neck for those shirts. It cannot fully sit down on the entire display. It should not come down all the way to the silver part. It should not cover the entire glass. It should only cover the top part. So the Pixel screen protectors for the Pixel Watch 3, I think, are good. In fact, you might want to go do that, honestly. Well, let me see what this looks like before. How is that going to sit down on... Oh yeah, this is not gonna work. Damn, what the hell? Why would they put a product out like this? That's not gonna work. Y'all see that? Zagg, shame on you. I can't believe you would put out something like... Now, I think I have a trick. So I'm gonna go grab a hot air. What is it called? The hot air for the women for their hot air gun or hot air hair dryer. Hair dryer. Sorry, I got a brain fart. Let me grab a hair dryer and see if I can heat it up and make it sit down on the display. Now, here's a negative too. If it comes all the way down on the side, you're not going to be able to use a case or a watch case, right? That goes on your watch that protects the border from getting scuffed up. That's going to basically prevent you from having a case on here because it's going to pop up every time you replace your case. Wow, what a disaster this is. So I'm peeling that number 4 off, and that's the screen protector. Now, give me just a second, and let's see if we can fit it. Let's see if we can... Okay, well, shit, it turned out all right, huh? So, actually, it turned out good. Now, I take it back. bravo to Zagg. So I take back my comments. It actually worked fine. I just had to do the final step. What do you know? So actually it sits down on there, and it was this top part, this number 4, that made it bacon, that made it wavy. So it appears, so after you peel that number 4 off, it looks good to go. Let's put it back. Let's do this. Are there any air bubbles? So there's one right there. Now, is that lint or is that air? We don't know. All air bubbles will go away within 24 hours. So that person wrote that comment too soon on Amazon, or they did not peel off that number 4. Because if you would have taken off that number 4, the very last step, you would see that it actually does cover the entire display. Now, putting a case on this is another story, but that looks pretty good to me. So I do have one little bubble, and I don't know if that is a piece of lint or is that air. What does that look like to y'all? You can still see that line. You can still see that line right there, but that'll go away, right? We dealt with that with the Pixel Watch 3. Those go away. There's a little air right here. Now, what you can do if you have a little bubble, or if you have a side that doesn't want to sit down, go grab you a hot air gun or a hair dryer that your girlfriend or your wife uses, or your sister or whoever, and put it under the hot air gun, let it heat up, and that screen protector will sit down. That screen protector will sit down on you. That looks like a piece of lint. That's not good. That sucks. We'll sit down on the display. I'm going to give it a day and hope that that's not lint, but it looks like it is because it won't sit down. But let's see here. You can massage it out. And that's what I'm doing. It looks like I can massage out the air that's in there. There's another piece right there. You can see another bubble right there. You can kind of massage out with this. Don't use a card or your fingernail. Please don't use your card or fingernail. It will dent in. I know it says self-healing, but I mean, use the provided tool. You get these in all these screen protectors, and I think I got it out. You can tell right there. Maybe it is a piece of lint, but I got out as much as I could. Try not to abuse the screen protector too much. And then just make sure all the sides fit on there just fine. And we will see if that's a piece of lint or air. Normally you can tell if you rub your finger over it, but I think it's just air. But it should, again, these usually take about 24 hours to fully sit. So I'm actually surprised. So I spoke too soon. This looks really nice. You can tell the protector comes, so here's where the aluminum meets, the metal meets the glass. And you can tell up here, aluminum, glass, and then this little tiny step right there. You can see where the screen protector comes onto the watch. So actually it might be able to fit a case on here, a bezel case. Just be careful when you put one on there. Be very, very careful of how you apply it and take it off, because you definitely don't want to lift up the screen protector. So I typically do these at night. So do it before you go to bed and charge it overnight, wake up the next day, and it should be fully seated on the glass, whether it's on a phone or on a watch. So I'll go throw these back on, and I think that's a good deal. It looks like a good. I'm assuming he gave it a 1 star because he didn't the Amazon review because he did not do the final step. You know, some people, whatever. He did use did not put the right where in his letter in his sentence. So who knows? But so if I were to rate this right now, I'd give it 5 stars. So I did. I even spoke too soon. I just had to peel off that number 4 and everything's good. So yeah, I'll give this 5 stars. I'll definitely recommend this. If you do have a Pixel Watch, it looks like they have it in 45 millimeter and 41 millimeter. So yeah, so I'll definitely link this in the description box below. And if you have a Pixel Watch, I would certainly recommend this for your Pixel Watch 4. And we shall see how it goes. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on everything Pixel. And now we're good to go. Looks nice. Peace.